Hi, it's me again with Corel Roll Tips and Tricks, and somebody sent me two photos earlier today, and I first thought that is way out of focus, and then they sent the file, which is like a PNG, and then I asked them to send me the Corel file, and this is what I got. Anything that's not a vector is not a Corel file. So you're going to get this result, this blurriness, because if you try to run something that's blurry, the laser can only help you blur it. So in not too long a time, I recreated it, and it's not blurry. Now, I couldn't find the exact, well, I found pretty close. You could change this Celtic knot, and I could not recognize this font because of the blurriness. And I didn't take a lot of time because I'm not going to, it's not my, it's just an idea how to do this. So first of all, I took the bitmap. See, this is the bitmap at 300 dots per inch that I actually traced or changed it to a bitmap. So I'm going to go outline trade clip art, and it does pretty good. But as always, Corel doesn't trace fonts very good. And see, that's garbage. The Celtic knot is garbage. The hand's good, the leaf's good, and even the Celtic green, I'm guessing that's a G. I do not like that. I would actually retype it. I mean, it all depends if you're doing this for a friend or you doing this for somebody just to help them out. There's another font, that Old English, that you can get off DA fonts that maybe looks like more like a G. It's almost the same font, but that looks good enough to engrave. To me, it's a little bit off, and I just noticed the circle's off in mine. So let's go to the shape tool and let's break it all apart. I'm going to fix that right now. I had not seen that. Group and ungroup it. And maybe the best thing to do is just be to draw another ellipse, but very easily take away those 2 dots, maybe even 3 dots. Might be safer to just draw another ellipse, but anybody can do that. So I just went to the internet and found the Celtic knot, and I copied the image, brought it into Corel. See, there's plenty to pick from. I even have a Celtic knot font, as you can see right here, but none of them, like this is A, B, C, D. The ones with the circle just weren't quite the same. So I was trying to get the same, so I just found that. And I could actually make this a little bit better by contouring and making these gaps less. So I just removed, let's take our new trace one. And we've gotten rid of the yellow box, so we'll go to group and ungroup, and we'll get rid of the white, which is a no-no. And while we're here, we'll go ahead and get rid of the other white part. And I could do this with find and replace and a lot of other things, but there isn't that much white. And you've gotten rid of the white. So if you look at the Celtic knot, it's got some grays in it. It's got some parts that are just garbage. So what I'm going to do is bring in an indexing line and bring it about to there. So I know about the size it looked like. And like I said, it's hard for me to know. If I was doing this for a customer, you could probably talk them into it. But there's my Celtic knot, and I just put it close, zoom in, and put it pretty close, and I'm about exactly where there was. The hand looks good, the leaves look good. I don't think the font, is the font going along the tree or going along the circle, so we're going to leave that alone. But I would just take and delete this text. See, whenever you do that, you grab the yellow box, you could lock the yellow box. But then just type this out in all caps, BALMERDSIGNSTUDIO, and make it relatively the size that you want. You know, pick another font. You know, let's just go with Arial this time. Maybe make it bold and make it about the right size. And then how I would do this here, I would, let's see what how big our item is. It's less than an inch. So we'll make our nudge factor 2. We're going to get the ellipse tool. And one thing about it, we've got a center. So I'm going to hold down the shift and the control button. And I'm going to draw a line out of the center, and then I'm going to nudge it down that 2 inches. Then I'm going to take and I do not like text to path on the bottom or the inside of an item, but sometimes you just got to do it. So fit text to path and put it on there, and don't worry about it that it's upside down. You know, just kind of try to get it in the middle, because you can always flip it both directions and get it. Zoom in, take your shape tool and spread it out a little bit, and actually just kind of back up and look. And actually the words are spread out, and you can do that. If I remember right, you hold down the shift key. Yeah. Holding in the shift key, you can kind of spread those apart and then let go of the shift key, and you can probably bring these back. Now it's right on that line, and it's about where we want it. So we're going to go, well, we're not. We're going to grab it all and we're going to bring it up. And like I said, I didn't get the design or the text right, but that looks pretty good. So while you got it selected, you can go to Object and break the text apart, and then get rid of that line, hit delete. And you've got a good, crisp logo that the laser will work out. I would seriously work on, it's got to be the word green with the leaves. And, you know, if you wanted to change that knot to look maybe more, a little bit about those knots, the only difference, you see how pixelized that is? The only difference is they've got less space between them than I've got, you know, gaps. And we could fix that. I might even make a second video. But anyway, I hope that helped her. And I am going to send you this file to play with. Hope that helped. Thank you.